Good afternoon, PennpowerV8 League racers. We're about to start Season 3 of the league. I'd like to welcome back all the returning racers and a big welcome to people that are joining the league for the first time. We will be providing videos and setups for each race as we go along, and hopefully these are helpful for you. This week, the first race is at Watkins Glen. We're going to be doing the boot configuration, which is slightly different than what we have used in the past, which is the NASCAR configuration. The track is 3.36 miles long. It has 11 turns. Today, for testing, the weather was clear at 83 degrees with a track temperature of 113, which is very hot and very slippery. Relative humidity at 48, and the winds are from the southwest at 3 miles an hour. Go through the lap. Turn by turn, I'll show you my interpretation of the driving line, what gear we should be in, and braking points, and then we'll do one lap uninterrupted. Right now we're right at the start-finish line. We're in 5th gear. Approaching T1, you have an option here of shift to 6 or hold it in 5th. It's really personal preference. But at the 300-yard marker, you want to be braking, and we want to go to 3rd gear and carry speed through this corner. Some people go down to 2nd, but my preference is 3rd gear here. And I try not to let the car go out too far to the left-hand side over that rumble strip. Tends to upset the car a little bit, as well as bigger chance of getting one off or 1X when you touch the grass there on exit. Now you'll see just before turn 2 here, I've backed off on the throttle. I want to settle the car in. I'm going to upshift to 5th gear, keep it in fairly tight to the right-hand curb here. And as I'm going up the hill, I'm actually feathering the throttle a little bit. It's not full out. I want to hesitate just as we're cresting to the left. Otherwise, the car tends to push out into the guardrail. So top of 6th gear here, there really isn't a good brake marker indicator where to brake. I tend to brake right at that observation stand to the left-hand side of the track. You need to be on the brakes fairly hard here, this long sweeping right-hand corner, and try and keep it in fairly tight on the right-hand side. So going into this left-hander, we're in 5th gear. With the way the heat is right now, I tend to downshift twice into 3rd gear, just try and get the car slowed down a little bit. But when it's cooler, you can actually do this corner in 4th gear. Again, in here, you can see that I've finished most of the braking, and I'm completely off the gas. The car will tend to push out to the right a fair amount if you get onto the gas too early. So we're starting to brake here about the 200-yard marker. Right in here, this line, the seam that's in the pavement, I use that. I tend to put my right wheels inside of this, kind of straddle that as I go around the corner, and try and just cut it in real tight here near the end. Be careful on exit here. If you apply too much throttle, it's very easy to have the back end come around on you. So 300-yard marker, heavy onto the brakes here. This is a little bit downhill, and this is a tricky little corner. It's 90-degree right. Get down into third gear, keep it in fairly tight. The car wants to wash out, and it does want to lose the back end here in this temperature. So second gear here, we want to be entirely inside the seam here on the left-hand side, fairly close to the curb. .200-yard marker on the brakes. We're in fourth gear here, and I want to hold fourth gear. I don't want to go to third gear. I want to carry my speed through here. And this last final corner, we're going to take this in third gear with the way the temperature of the track is. However, when it's cooler, this corner can be done in fourth gear and accelerate out. When you're in third gear, just be a little bit careful. The back end tends to want to bind up a little bit, and it can cause the car to spin here as well. And there you have a lap at 151.12. We're going to go through that lap in its entirety again and uninterrupted. And here we go. There you have a lap of Watkins Glen Boot configuration. These videos, as always, are brought to you by Never Quit Racing and SimAbility. If you have any questions, feel free to drop me a message on our Discord channel or through a PM on iRacing. Take care and have fun, guys. Thanks.